Surprisingly, early retirement is not that hard. Similarly, you don't have to become a brilliant investor or possess any unusual skill to retire early. The strategies that work are repeatable and predictable science, not random luck. In fact, the science supporting early retirement is so simple. Literally anyone can do it. However, almost nobody is willing to do it, and therein lies the rub. Let's start by proving the theory of early retirement, talk a bit about why so few people succeed, and then explore the steps you must take to ensure the strategy can work for you. There are many people who have committed to extreme frugality as a lifestyle choice because they don't want to spend any more of their life than absolutely necessary working for money. They would sooner live without the luxuries that others have claimed are necessities than pay the price of working to have all that stuff. It's an expression of personal values. There are people who choose to live in motorhomes, use public transportation or their bicycle, shop only at thrift stores, grow their own food, and so on to keep expenses to a bare minimum. It can be done. It's possible if that's your choice. Alternatively, living on 20 to 30% of your income doesn't have to equate to extreme frugality. Try running the same numbers with $250,000 or $300,000 in income. It leaves plenty of spending money for lifestyle today. Sure, it's far less than you could afford at that income level, but again, it's a choice. So anyway, it does work, and it's doable. People do it every day. Others might attack the 3% spending rule or the 8% return on investment. My answer is save your breath. 3% spending is easy to support in perpetuity because a portfolio of quality dividend stocks would pay that, and likely more, while growing to adjust for inflation and without ever touching principal. It's easily doable. Similarly, 8% growth during the 10 years in this example is supportable using investment strategies designed to safely support growth. Anyone can retire early and live with financial independence, but not freedom, in 10 years or less. It's absolutely 100% doable. Why so few people will actually retire early? You probably already guessed why so few people are able to follow this plan. It takes the self-discipline of a celibate monk living in a brothel to survive on 20 to 30% of what most people earn in our current culture. Some do it easily because their income is substantial while living the simple life as a single male. There are a couple of key principles you want to understand with this strategy. Number 1. The critical factor to success is the percentage saved from earnings. Every 10% increase in spending adds a little more than 3+ years to the process because it not only decreases how much you save, but it increases the threshold of spending your assets must overcome as well. It's a double-edged sword. Number 2. Investment return and inflation have very little effect when the time period is short, high savings rate. However, investment return and inflation have a huge compounded effect when the time period is long, low, or traditional savings rate. You must plan accordingly. Number 3. Almost nobody is motivated enough by financial independence to persist with a frugality discipline for 10 years and then survive on the same level of income for a lifetime. That's why so few people ever achieve financial independence following this path.